Heading into week 7, there are a lot of tight ends to consider picking up. I want to talk through every single one of them and tell you which ones you should prioritize on waivers. 7 different guys I'm going to highlight in this video who got a boost after week 6. All of them below 50% owned, some of them below 10% owned. First, some guys who just honestly shouldn't be available in your league are Darren Waller and Harold Fanninjr. I've been talking about Harold Fanninjr since he was 1% owned preseason in my first week 1 crystal ball. Has the Dolphins on schedule this week, likely to have Njoku out. He is a top 5-ish tight end for this week. Darren Waller's just a notch below because the Browns actually have a good defense for that matchup, but Waller's getting more and more snaps every week and is doing a lot with these snaps, probably the number 2 receiver in Miami. Bottom of my list, I have Chig Okonkwo. I liked him preseason, though he hasn't quite had that breakout game yet. With Calvin Ridley's hamstring injury likely sidelining him for this week, he could emerge as the number 1 or 2 target on Tennessee. Just had 6 catches for 46 yards, but beware, his snap share is actually decreasing, which is a little bit of a red flag. He's also an interesting build at tight ends for that Evan Engram type who doesn't have the elite size to be a red zone target, but can make big plays because of speed. Also less of a touchdown threat just because, in case you didn't notice, the Titans don't really score TDs. By the way, you can see where I rank every single one of these guys I talk about at my site, fansports.com, updating my rest of season rankings every single day. I want to give you the best rankings on the internet. Really appreciate all the 2,000 plus of you who've signed up. Next up is Theo Johnson, second-year tight end of the New York Giants. Saw the Giants can still do some stuff. Wan'Dale Robinson had a good game. Theo Johnson took a step down this week, but he's still second among all tight ends in red zone targets, trailing only Trey McBride. But he's more of a hold this week. The Broncos are the toughest defense in the NFL. I don't want to start him in that matchup. Next, we have Oronde Gadsden on the Chargers. He's been getting great reviews every single week and finally had a little mini breakout last week. 7 catches for 68 yards on 8 targets. Also elite snap share. Clearly the starting tight end now in the Chargers. That was not a given before this week. Quentin Johnson could miss another week. If he plays, I don't like Gadsden, but if he doesn't, then I like this Colts matchup. I talked a lot about Cade Otton already in my video breaking down Tampa Bay's receivers. He's the most interesting Tampa Bay receiver while all their main guys are out. Elite last year without Godwin and Evans, and this could be a shootout that the Bucs are going to be expecting 40 plus pass plays, honestly, against the Lions, so I like him in this matchup, but long term, his value is a little bit more shaky. Then probably my favorite among the guys who are very lightly owned is Mason Taylor on the Jets. Rookie who's been getting rave reviews I've been talking about since preseason. The Panthers this week are not an intimidating matchup, and let's not overreact to one bad game against the Broncos. Again, that's the best defense in the NFL, even if they only had 1 target, 1 catch for 2 yards. Garrett Wilson being out means Taylor has a clear void to be the top receiver, and Justin Fields could pass for over 200 yards. It's not like he's never done that before. I know the Jets are 0-6, which means they're going to probably be favoring their rookies and seeing what they have with their young talent. But at the same time, they've been a little bit unlucky, and I think they could score more touchdowns than they saw the last couple weeks. As Starlix right now editing this, I actually forgot to mention Michael Mayer, another great 1-week rental. Brock Bowers likely to miss this week because the Raiders have a bye. It's common for starters to rest with that bye coming right up to get fully healthy after an injury. Great matchup against the Pats, great prospect pedigree. That's it for this one. You can check out all these guys at fansports.com. All these guys are solid pickups, but I hope I gave you some idea of where to rank them. Let me know what you thought of the video. Really appreciate you spending a few valuable minutes of your day with me. Stay learning. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.